A story of self-worth, resilience, and redemption. They told her she was worth nothing. She believed them. Until the day she lost everything and discovered what she was truly made of. At 16 years old, Maya stood in front of her bathroom mirror, repeating the words that had been drilled into her mind for years. You're not smart enough. You're not pretty enough. You'll never be enough. The voice wasn't just in her head anymore. It was her stepmother's voice, her stepsister's laughter, even her own father's silence when they mocked her. But this isn't just Maya's story. This is a story for anyone who's ever been told they don't matter. For anyone who's ever felt invisible. For anyone who's ever wondered if they'll ever be enough. Because what happened next would change everything. Maya thought she knew about herself and teach her the most powerful lesson of her life. Stay with me. Because by the end of this story, you will understand why the darkest moments in our lives are often the ones that lead us to our greatest light. Maya's mother died when she was 8 years old. The woman who had told her every day, "You are my sunshine. You are special. You are loved," was gone. 2 years later, her father remarried. Helen seemed kind at first. She had a daughter named Victoria, who was Maya's age. "You'll be sisters," her father had said hopefully. But behind closed doors, Helen's mask fell away. "Your room is too big. Victoria needs more space for her things. You'll move to the attic. Why would we waste money on dance classes for you when Victoria actually has talent? Don't bother your father with your little problems. He has enough stress providing for this family." Year after year, Maya shrank. She learned to make herself small, invisible, unimportant. She wore Victoria's hand-me-downs while Victoria got new designer clothes. She studied by flashlight in the cold attic while Victoria had a chandelier and a desk in her room. She ate dinner in silence while Helen praised Victoria's every accomplishment and ignored Maya entirely. Her father? He worked long hours and seemed too tired or too weak to notice. Or maybe he just didn't want to see. Maybe they're right, Maya whispered to herself on her 16th birthday. A birthday no one remembered. Maybe I really am worth nothing. She had stopped trying at school. Stopped making friends. Stopped dreaming. The girl who once wanted to be a writer now barely spoke. But the universe has a strange way of working. Sometimes it breaks us down completely, not to destroy us, but to rebuild us into something stronger. It happened on a rainy Tuesday in November. Maya's father collapsed at work. A massive heart attack. He died before the ambulance arrived. At the funeral, 16-year-old Maya stood alone while Helen and Victoria clung to each other, dabbing their eyes with tissues. Relatives she barely knew offered condolences, but no one seemed to see her pain. The will was read a week later. Maya expected nothing. She had been treated like nothing, so why would her father leave her anything? But then the lawyer said something that made Helen's face go white. "To my daughter Maya, I leave the house on Maple Street, the house that belonged to my late wife, her mother, along with the trust fund established in Maya's name, to be accessed when she turns 18. The room went silent. "What?" Helen's voice was ice. "That's impossible. He told me. The house was never in your husband's name to give. Mrs. Hayes. It belonged to his first wife and was held in trust for their daughter. As for the trust fund, it contains approximately $200,000 money her mother had saved and invested for Maya's future." Victoria gasped. Helen's hands trembled. But the lawyer wasn't finished. Additionally, Mr. Hayes left a letter specifically for Maya. With shaking hands, Maya took the envelope. Inside, her father's handwriting. "My dearest Maya, I have failed you. I was a coward who chose peace over protecting you, and I will carry that shame to my grave. Your mother made me promise to keep you safe, to make sure you knew your worth, and I broke that promise. The house is yours, the money is yours. But more importantly, I need you to know something. You are not worthless. You never were. You are your mother's daughter, kind, brilliant, and stronger than you know. Don't let anyone ever tell you different. Not Helen, not Victoria, not even yourself. I'm sorry I wasn't the father you deserved. But I pray you'll become the woman you were always meant to be. With all my love and all my regret, Dad." Tears streamed down Maya's face. Helen stood up abruptly. "This is ridiculous. She's 16. She can and she will," the lawyer interrupted. "Until Maya turns 18, a court-appointed guardian will oversee the trust. But the house is hers immediately, and Mrs. Hayes, you are required to vacate within 30 days. For the first time in years, Maya felt something other than numbness. She felt anger. And beneath the anger, a tiny, flickering flame of hope. The next weeks were chaos. Helen raged. Victoria cried. They threatened lawyers, claimed the will was invalid, insisted Maya was being cruel and ungrateful. After everything we did for you, Helen screamed. Maya looked at her stepmother, really looked at her, and something inside her shifted. You did nothing for me, Maya said quietly. You gave me scraps and made me feel worthless. But you know what? I'm not worthless. I never was. They moved out 3 days before the deadline, taking everything they could claim as theirs and leaving the house in shambles. Maya stood in the empty living room, surrounded by broken furniture and holes in the walls where Victoria had ripped down pictures in spite. And she smiled. Because this broken house, it was hers. And she was going to rebuild it just like she was going to rebuild herself. She enrolled back in school, really enrolled this time, not just showing up. She joined the writing club. She made friends. At night, she read through boxes of her mother's things she'd found in the attic journals, photographs, letters. One journal entry stopped her cold. Maya is only 3, but I already see it in her. She's going to be a storyteller. She sees the world with such wonder, such empathy. Whatever happens to me, I pray she never loses that light. I pray she always knows. She is enough. She is more than enough. She is extraordinary. Maya pressed the journal to her chest and wept not from sadness, but from something else. Recognition. Her mother had seen her, had believed in her, had loved her with a fierceness that even death couldn't erase. I'm going to make you proud, Mom, Maya whispered. I'm going to become who you knew I could be. 2 years passed. Maya turned 18 and gained full access to her trust fund. She used some of it to renovate the house, turning it into a warm, beautiful home filled with light. But she used most of it to chase her dream. She applied to college with an essay about transformation, about a girl who had been told she was worthless and the journey she took to reclaim her worth. The essay was raw, honest, and powerful. She got accepted to 3 universities with scholarships. She chose a creative writing program and threw herself into her work. She wrote stories about broken people finding strength, about underdogs rising, about the power of self-worth. Her professors noticed her talent. Her peers admired her resilience. But more importantly, Maya finally saw herself clearly. She wasn't the girl in the attic anymore. She was a young woman who had survived, who had fought, who had refused to stay broken. Meanwhile, Helen and Victoria's lives had gone differently. Without her father's income and after burning through their savings, Helen struggled. Victoria, who had been given everything and earned nothing, floundered in college and dropped out. One day, Maya ran into Victoria at a coffee shop. Victoria looked tired, ashamed. Maya, she said quietly, I need to say something. I'm sorry. For everything. The way we treated you, it was cruel. And I was old enough to know better. Maya could have walked away. Could have let Victoria feel the weight of karma. But she didn't. Thank you for saying that, Maya said. It means something. But Victoria, I want you to understand I didn't succeed to get revenge on you. I succeeded because I finally understood my worth. And that's something no one could take from me, not even you. Victoria's eyes filled with tears. I wish I'd learned that lesson sooner. Maya nodded. It's never too late to start. They didn't become friends. Some wounds are too deep for that. But they parted with peace. Victoria, carrying the weight of her choices, Maya carrying the lightness of forgiveness. 5 years later, Maya published her first book. It was called *Worth, a collection of stories about people discovering their value in a world that tried to convince them they had none. The book became a bestseller. At her first book signing, a young girl approached her. She couldn't have been more than 13, with hunched shoulders and sad eyes. I read your book, the girl whispered, and ... I just wanted to say thank you. Because I feel like that sometimes. Like I'm not enough. Maya's heart broke and healed simultaneously. She took the girl's hands. Listen to me. You are enough right now, exactly as you are. The people who make you feel small, they're wrong. And one day, you're going to realize that their opinions never mattered. The only opinion that matters is yours. The girl nodded, tears streaming down her face. As Maya watched her walk away, holding the book like a precious treasure, she thought about that broken 16-year-old girl in the attic. The girl who believed she was worthless. The girl who had to lose everything to find herself. And Maya smiled, because she finally understood the truth. We are not defined by what others say about us. We are not defined by our circumstances. We are defined by the choice we make every single day to believe in our own worth, to fight for our dreams, and to refuse to let the world make us small. Maya's story reminds us of something crucial. Your worth is not determined by how others treat you. It's not determined by your circumstances, your past, or the voices that tell you you're not enough. Your worth is inherent. You were born with it. And no one can take it from you unless you let them. If you're in your own attic right now, feeling invisible and worthless, I want you to hear this. You are seen. You matter. You are enough. The journey to reclaiming your worth won't be easy. There will be dark days. There will be moments when you want to give up. But on the other side of that darkness, there's a version of you that you can't even imagine yet. A version that's stronger, braver, and more beautiful than you ever thought possible. Your story isn't over. In fact, it's just beginning. What will you do with it? Subscribe to our channel Ever After Lessons for more stories that inspire, motivate, and remind you of your worth. Because everyone deserves their happy ending. Moral lessons. Self-worth is inherent, not earned. Other people's treatment of you doesn't define your value. Sometimes we must lose everything to find ourselves. Forgiveness is for our own peace, not others' redemption. Your past doesn't determine your future. The opinion that matters most is the one you have of yourself. Thank you for watching.